Hi everyone, welcome to the final presentation in EME 3351 for Module 5. This presentation is on big names in instructional technology. In this presentation, we will discuss just a few names of people who brought technology tools into the learning environment and influenced or challenged the way that we think about instruction. While there are many people who influenced instructional technology in one way or another, it can be challenging to find people whose singular work shaped instructional technology drastically in the same way that people have in performance technology and instructional design. I believe that this is at least partially due to the quick pace of technological evolution, which means that oftentimes tools are outdated before they are well known enough to make history. For example, we discuss instructional media, but rarely talk about a specific projector in the history of IT. Another likely reason for this is that technology needs to be adopted, tested, and eventually utilized by so many people before it is accepted that it can be challenging to identify who initially pursued a tool's use in instruction. I'm making this point as a bit of foreshadowing for our discussion this week. In the discussion, you'll be working to identify technology tools and share their roots and uses. The idea is for us to build a list of relevant instructional technology tools, who introduced them, and how they are used in instructional situations. The challenge is that some of this information may be difficult to find and will take some research on your part, so be sure to start early. Our first big name in instructional technology is Maria Montessori, who was a very influential figure in establishing the role of technology in instruction. Her theories about instruction reframed the instructional environment to focus primarily on respect for the learner as an individual and to support the learner's freedom. She engaged technologies in the classroom to support this freedom and individuality. The technologies she used in the learning environment she created were intended to emphasize the learner's senses and to provide experiences relevant to the interest the learner was pursuing at the time. This included a range of tools, toys, and other stimulating artifacts which the learner could engage with at will and collaborate with others on if they so chose. Montessori schools are still common today. B.F. Skinner is another big name who had a major influence on the use of technology in the classroom. Skinner developed the theory of operant conditioning, which involves the strengthening of desired responses through reinforcing desired behaviors. The theory is well known and is described in much greater detail in other classes in the program. Skinner's concept of instruction involved breaking actions down into small components and ensuring there were proper reinforcements in place to increase or strengthen desired behaviors and weaken others. Skinner developed programmed instruction, which involved using a device called a teaching machine to present information to the learner. The learner then elicited responses that demonstrated understanding, such as responding to a question. And the programmed instruction machine either allowed the learner to move forward or prevented them from moving forward until they reviewed the material further and provided an appropriate response. While programmed instruction itself is no longer very common, this work has been influential to many aspects of instruction, games, and software used by people all over the world today. Another big name in instructional technology is Seymour Papert. Papert created the Logo programming language, which is still used today for teaching children, and introduced it into the classroom through a tool called the Turtle. The Turtle could be programmed to move around and draw on paper, and was useful for teaching problem-solving and mathematical concepts to students. Papert was also very influential in theorizing how computers might be used in the schools and what impact they may have on learning and instruction. He also popularized a learning theory called constructionism, which advocates that engaging with concrete objects such as tools or computers and so on in learning can help us understand abstract concepts more effectively than if these tools weren't available. Papert's work was very influential in shaping modern conceptualizations of education. Another name in instructional technology is the inventor of web quests, Bernie Dodge. Dodge's web quests became popular strategies for having students engage in structured searches of the internet in a time when it was still brand new to most people. Web quests are classroom-based activities that are often group efforts. They're generally created by the instructor and involve activities where the learners carry out some higher order thinking activity, such as engaging in a role playing scenario, undertaking and interpreting research on a given topic, or some other task where the students must think through a problem or situation. Web quests are still used in instruction today and serve as an activity that provides structured exploration of the internet and use of computers and software in pursuit of learning. Of course, there are many more influential names in instructional technology, but these are some of the more well-known influencers whose work and theories introduced technology into instruction in important ways. Along with many others, their work has shaped the way people think about technology and instruction. As technology continues to evolve, its potential for use in instruction will continue to grow and shape the way that we practice instructional technology. That's it for this presentation. Please return now to the module and continue working through the lesson.